Welcome to the back. Welcome back to the channel. This league, we are going to be trying out the deck that has been tearing up the New York City meetup scene, league scene. Locally, my homies, I tend to be kind of busy on Thursday nights, but my homies all play on Thursday night at Hex & Co. in Union Square. Great store. And they've been winning so much with mono green stompy that they have not even said that it might be a playable deck, but they're starting to say that it might be a good deck. The full origin and story of this deck is basically coming from my friend Landy Ho having the idea that you could just cut some of the mid cards from the mono green stompy deck and replace them with a little bit more durability. We've talked about this on the Spy Colony podcast, so you can hear a little bit more, but basically Tangle Wire seemed better than Winter Orb, Call the Herd, and Treetop Village seemed better than, Sky Shroud Elite and whatever else is in 10 land stompy. Honestly, I have no idea. Also, the addition of Invigorate. There's just just a few different things going on here. And yeah, my other friend Brian Colwall just took the deck as it was and just played it in the LobsterCon Constellation event and did pretty well. Land went 3-0 at a league week. Michael J. Flores went 3-0 at a league week. They all did, some things mostly similar to each other. The only thing that I changed about their main deck was that I cut Bounty of the Hunt, which I thought is just kind of a horrible card, and moved some cards up to 4 and whatnot. And then I also changed the sideboard quite drastically, decided not to bother with any sort of Hidden Gibbons. Mike was playing Rushwood Legat. These were just creatures, and I think Hidden Gibbons is quite good, but I just kind of asked myself, well, what cards in what matchups am I most likely to win the game because I drew that card? Hidden Gibbons is definitely a reasonable candidate. It's makes you a turn or two faster against blue decks with instants. But I figured I should devote all of my energy to dealing with the elves deck and combo matchups. So I have 6 Crypt Effect. Oh, and Oath of Druids, which you just can't beat Oath of Druids, right? So I have 6 Crypt Effects, and I have 7 Naturalize effects after sideboarding. And I've got some cool stuff to deal with creatures and maybe a little bit of extra Curse Scroll action to deal with control. This deck sounds like it's pretty good. You've got pretty reasonable combo of Beatdown, Rancor, and Giant Growth, getting extra damage in. You're quote unquote abusing the fact that the 12 elves in this deck can start by producing mana and then finish by carrying Rancors and whatnot to push some extra damage. And Tangle Wire is, pretty decent. You go wide and you can put some power on the battlefield. This is kind of a difference with the Tangle Wire deck in Survival Elves, because Survival Elves doesn't put that much power on the battlefield. So you would have these hands where you just Tangle Wire your opponent. You slow them down for 3 turns. And you don't deal that much damage. You don't advance your, you just make a bunch more mana. But if you don't have survival, you don't really add that much power to the battlefield. So this deck can have Tangle Wire on the battlefield, following you making a Call the Herd token or a Rogue Elephant, different kinds of elephants. And having those elephants is a great way to push through damage while your opponent is stumbling over the Tangle Wire. Tangle Wire is also, good against Engineered Plagues and perishes out of the sideboard a little bit because you can get them before they have 3 mana to cast a big sorcery. But I wouldn't bias too heavily towards that. So yeah, I don't know. It sounds like the deck is heavily improved from its like 10 land version, where it was, you know, maybe just like a little bit too low to the ground. You know, you just kind of need a little bit more robust durability that the expensive cards give you, and, you know, ability to play longer games and kind of have some other stuff going on. So we'll see. We'll see if it was like a mistake to cut Bounty the Hunt or anything. Bounty the Hunt seemed to like just basically not really as good as Invigorate. Invigorate only does net 1 damage if you're going face, but you're really trying to like save a creature, I think, a lot of the time. Save a creature in combat, and Bounty the Hunt costing you a card to do that versus costing your opponent life. I think it's better to give your opponent life. If you happen to save 2 creatures with Bounty Hunt, that's like really excellent, obviously, but not really something that's going to happen too often. You've got, you know, Pyroclasm deals extra damage to everything. You got Pyrokinesis. So if they Pyrokinesis an elephant and a 1/1, Bounty Hunt becomes better than Invigorate, but regardless. And then, of course, the hard cast mode on Invigorate is much more accessible than the hard cast mode on Bounty of the Hunt. So yeah, we got like plenty of mana sinks in the form of color, Treetop Village, plenty of early aggression, and just a splash of disruption and kind of tricky stuff to do. Tangle Wire, Naturalized, Curse Scroll. And of course, Rancor is broken. Rancor is super awesome, very exciting card. I will say that I love Rancor, and I think it's a great Rancor deck. Not much else to say. Hopefully we stomp on some people. I don't expect this deck to be like that good against combo. Don't expect it to be that good against elves, which basically is a combo deck. You know, notably their Priest of Titania taps for 1,000 mana. But you know, we are, I guess, trying to stop them. Question mark. I expect to be good against like Dreadnought type stuff. I think we can be fast enough against Enchantress, or just have Tranquil Domain as the backup plan. I think we can maybe be fast enough to beat Terrageddon. At least Weather Wayfarer is like pretty cut off with our Korean Dryads and Rogue Elephants. You're just generally good against Swords of Plowshares. You have your power divided in different places. If they make a fat Terravore, then you have to kind of go wide, but we don't put any of our own lands into the graveyard, so that's pretty good. We're bad against Oath of Druids decks, but those have been kind of on the downswing. It is kind of weird to try to fight. I think you almost have to play Emerald Charm, because like Oath of Druids is often paired with like Sphere of Resistance and Hand Destruction and Pyroclasm type stuff, so it's really hard to get up to the 3 mana that you need sometimes to cast the Naturalize on the Oath of Druids, but you know, it is what it is. But you know, we can steal games against combo by being fast and having Tangle Wire. We can steal. I think we should be decent against control. Not that there's any control in this format. It's just combo format, right? So it's just like, how good are you against each combo deck? Are you good against elves? No, you're pretty bad, because elves can like do battlefield stuff. Like a Drained Charm is really annoying because it's like so hard for you to remove anything. So you're just like bad against decks that have stuff that you need to remove. So Exalted Angels, Terravores, like whatever, are definitely threats, although you can pump through an Exalted Angel, which is nice. Are you good against Replenish combo? I mean, you have a shot. They can Frantic Search through your Tangle Wire, which is tough, but you know, like I said, you have a shot. Are you good against you know, Storm combo? Probably not. If they're fast, you're just not very interactive with them. But you know, I've got the Tormod's Crypts, but if they're Ill-Gotten Gain, they can like pivot and do Hunting Pack. If they're Frantic Storm, I have no sideboard cards for Frantic Storm. Luckily, it's not a popular deck. If they're Devourer, I have nothing. I'd have to play Null Rod, actually, is the only way to fight Devourer with this deck, because obviously I don't want to play Curse Totem. Speaking of Curse Totem, that's a really good card against me. Yeah, I don't know. This can be a surprising deck. Maybe this is like the best pure beatdown deck in the format, where it's like the best deck that just like plays creatures and attacks with them. And you know, some decks might not be able to handle that. Sometimes against goblins, as long as they don't have Sharpshooter or Mark Fanatic, you can use your Korean Ranger to make it so that your 3/3 guys have Vigilance, or your 2/1 Regenerator has Vigilance. Sometimes I have Rancor on them, so you make things really hard for goblins if you can get out of the gates fast enough. So Yeah, I don't know. I am skeptical. I feel like this deck was like, and there's just no way, right? It's just just a bunch of creatures, like whatever. But yeah, again, maybe you take people by surprise. So yeah, let's see what happens. Stompy time. We are on the draw though, and this hand is horrible. What the heck? 2 treetop villages. Get me out. Is there any world where on turn 2 we play a Llanowar elf and then play a Tangle Wire? No, get me out. All right, that's better. How far are we from this Call to Herd, this Rancor, or this Tangle Wire is pretty bad because we don't have a lot of permanents in this hand. So even if I draw a land, I'll cast Call to Herd, and then I'll cast Tangle Wire on 3 on the draw with a 3/3 in play that I can Rancor up. Interesting. Okay, maybe I just bottom the giant growth and try to draw a forest. All right, looks like I'm just gonna lose. Never mind. I mean, I could lose because this is this could be Iggy Pop, or I mean, this is most likely Grotog, but now it's Iggy Pop. All right, so we have a chance. We do have to draw a land. Unfortunately, I don't have the random Guy's Blessing, which I was like pretty seriously considering. Okay, at least we got to do this. Green Ranger. That actually counted as a land drop, right? Yeah. So with the Chain of Vapor I know about, huh? Do I do anything besides Call the Herd? Because if I Tangle Wire now, I set them up for end step Chain of Vapor into stuff. But if I just let them hold up mana for the rest of the game, kind of doesn't matter though. Like if I Tangle Wire here, I'm going to tangle myself. I'm just going to have no permanents in play. So I have to try to like bait them into Chain of Vaporing the Call the Herd anyways. I mean, at least I'm casting anything, but things do not look good right now. So yeah, going into their intuition turn just kind of feels like I'm pretty cooked here. Just don't quite have enough damage, huh? They're counting up to see if they can go for something. All right, so they were thinking of like going like LED intuition or something, maybe. Natural forest. So if I Rancor my Curian Ranger, attack all in, play the land. So if I attack all the land, play the land, I won't get. Okay. Attack for 6. Opponent relatively aware of some of the possibilities here, just because I left back the Llanowar elf. I wish I could bait this Chain of Vapor in a way other than using this giant growth on something good here. Because this intuition is probably going to cook me with 7-card hand. It's fine though. I guess they just like won't resolve intuition this turn is what's going to happen, because they have to Chain of Vapor this, and if they Chain of Vapor this, that means they're not intuitioning, and then if they're I think that's actually fine. I think I maybe shouldn't have given up my land drop because I have to tap everything here. Well, I don't, because they're gonna Chain of Vapor. Well, I guess they can set up to play the land and then Chain of Vapor next turn and then untap and win. So they can intuition now and then set everything up. Intuition now, I get triple Iggy. Tap their lands, take a damage, play an island, Vapor the Tangle Wire. But I might have to tap. Well, I'll just wait till their turn. It'll create the decision point. But they're going to go down to 12, so a giant growth off the top would be lethal. Oh yeah, they're going to take 2 more damage from the City of Brass. They can also go off on 1 swamp. Interesting. Might as well float 2 blue. Is this just an opt? Because they still have Tangle Wire problems next turn. They actually might have your dead problems, right? So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana, so I can go Giant Growth, Invigorate. Yeah, they'll just be dead. Trying to draw it on their main phase. Smart stuff. I admit that Bounty of the Hunt would be a really excellent top deck if I had it in my deck. So 1 point away from Bounty of the Hunt. In fact, this Invigorate was a Bounty of the Hunt. It could have been one of the 4 Invigorates. Lotus Petal. Guess they wish they played their Lotus Petals here. Right. Upkeep. Fade the Wire. Tap. So there's no world in which I can make 4 mana, right? Because if I tap, I'll untap this. So just the question is if there's anything I can draw with 3 mana. Naturalize. So Naturalize is a pretty good draw. Well, no, it's not a good draw. Because if I naturalize the Lotus Petal, they chain a Vapor, and then I don't have no mana. So I could go tap, and then just have 4 mana up with no attackers. So Naturalize doesn't change anything. Flashback Call to Hurt, of course, is pointless. Okay, so I'm just playing to draw a Giant Growth, which means I can just do like this. Okay, and I'll probably just die next turn, unfortunately. Yeah, so that didn't help. I can deal 10 damage though, right? So that means they can't use their City of Brass. It's better than nothing. Oh, this was a punt. I just untap the Llanowar Elf and attack with it, right? No, I'm maxed out on mana. I have nothing. Okay, never mind. Man, being on the draw is not good in Magic the Gathering. You would never expect it. Oh man, and they have natural land. It's kind of broken. Do they have enough? Ritual? The Cabal kind? Yeah, this is enough. I'll go ahead and let you see the combo. My opponent gets to make a lot of mana. I get to cast Invigorate a bunch if I wanted to. I guess if I was on the play, I would have missed on my first draw step for the 3rd mana source, so that would have been bad. So Storm counts up. Ill-Gotten Gains gets to keep on picking up the remaining Ill-Gotten Gains in order to gas up the Storm count. Lion's Eye, Diamond, Cabal, Ritual, and Dark Ritual means any amount of mana is good, and the end of the loop can Intuition or Intuition for Cunning Wish, and then Cunning Wish for Brain Freeze, or you can just Intuition here and do whatever to get the Brain Freeze out. So picks up Intuition because they have plenty of mana so that they can get extra good stuff into their graveyard. Although I will say this is kind of a funny way to execute here, because the mana handling here is seems a little bit loose, because now I just give them Brain Freeze. Oh no, they just discard their hands. They don't have to cast this Brain Freeze. So Cunning Wish is like the slowest Brain Freeze here, right? So I was thinking that this Brain Freeze was funny because I could put it in their hand, and then in order for them to put it in their graveyard, they'd have to cast it, but they would have enough mana to do everything anyways. Interesting detour there, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, they got spooked and are considering a hunting pack line, which I actually think is pretty funny because I am a green deck. And when I was building this deck, I definitely considered playing some Guy's Blessing in the sideboard, just because this deck isn't very good against combo decks, and combo decks are often using Brain Freeze as their kill condition, but I decided against it. I thought it would be a little bit too cute. But yeah, you know, you'd have like the potential for Devourer combo, Ill-Gotten Gains combo, and to some extent Frantic Storm. Although I don't think I've played against Frantic Storm for a long time. Oh, this is a fun execution. I haven't seen that trick before. That's kind of a neat one. All right, so crypts are good. Furnaces are good. Curse Scroll is not good. Naturalize is not particularly good. It's like kind of okay if I want to like naturalize, because they can play a lot of artifacts out to tap to Tangle Wire if they don't want to deal with Tangle Wire. So that is like a thing. Sad for me, I guess. That's not enough reason to run naturalize, right? So I want to be like the most aggressive version of my deck I can be. I guess Invigorate to deal +1 damage for 0 mana is not worth a card. So I have to cast it using mana. So I'm just trying to cut the high end off, right? And yeah, this Treetop Village isn't winning in awards. So yeah, I can, man, is it? So they run Lotus Petal Lion's Eye Diamond, so they can just play out Lotus Petal Lion's Eye Diamond and tap those to Tangle Wire, and then I end up tangling myself. I'm on the play though, so it's kind of broken. Like if I happen to catch a single, one of those cards off balance, it's like pretty good for me. And does Naturalize do anything else? Oh, you know what's a cool tech card is Null Rod. Should be playing Null Rod in this deck. One Naturalize I think is fine. At least we have a lot of graveyard interaction. We also can't beat the Hunting Pack win though, so they can eschew using Ill-Gotten Gains if they want. What are these hands? God, that's a little bit annoying. All right. Looks like we're opening on friggin' nothing. I'm not gonna mold this hand. It has a sideboard card in it. Maybe I'll mold this hand. So I go turn 2 River Broa, turn 3 Phyrexian Furnace. Turn 2 River Broa, turn 3 Calder Herd, and then Phyrexian Furnace. I have to have permanence, man. Mulling to 5 is so bad though. Like what am I doing with my life after that? The Phyrexian Furnace is like not enough to slow them down. I should probably just mulligan this deck, huh? Okay, I mean, we just have no game if we have no offense. It's not like Tangle Wire stops them forever, right? We're going to get rid of this Invigorate and this Giant Growth, I guess. And then we're going to just hope that we draw shit. I mean, I'll take a Rancor. Take a Rancor if we can have it. All right, I've got an elf. I've got nothing else, but I've got an elf. Oh, I should send the second Lane Grant, of course, because obviously I'm just going to reveal my next cool card that I draw. And I'm also thinning. What am I doing? If I draw a forest, this is going to be super, super awkward. Rogue Elephant is like the worst thing. like now I have to draw another mana source before I start tangling. Seems bad. In with the elf. Guess I'll cast the Tormod's Crypt because why not? Pass the turn. I mean, normally the only way they can interact with it is with bounce. Maybe they could board in Powder Keg. Be crazy. Slide a hand, gets island. Okay, let's get something going. Rancor, I will take it. Rancoring the elf is, I mean, I don't want to get my Rogue Elephant Chain of Vapor, but I can't Rancor the elf, right? Need that elf for both casting Tangle Wire and probably tapping to Tangle Wire. These top decks have been playable, I admit. And my opponent's on, like, the end of their Gemstone Mine here. Which seems pretty good for me. The only problem is I can't beat Hunting Pack. But at least they have to make 10 mana for a Hunting Pack, so... Can we just draw a mana source to close this one out? I will point out Well, no, would Phyrexian Furnace have been good here? I mean, I would have done a lot of grinding, but like not that much grinding. All right, they're casting a Lotus Petal. They know about the Tangle Wire in my hand, which makes sense. But they are going to full ship here. Okay. I have nothing for ritual. I guess I can crypt in response to this dark ritual. So 6, 7, 8 mana is enough for intuition, ill-gotten gains with one floating. They would kind of need to have... What would they need to have? Second Cabal Ritual. They have 3 cards. So if it's like Lion's Eye Diamond, Intuition, then I think I still... Like, that's the best that it can be, right? It has to be like exactly LED, Intuition. And then this is a win with LED. Well, no, because they'll have 3... They have 1 floating. So LED, Intuition is a win. Is Ritual Intuition a win? They started on the Lotus Petal. Does that mean... Why would they start on the Lotus Petal? It's kind of an interesting one. So the difference is 6 mana, 6, 7, 8 mana, 8 mana, or 6 mana. 8 mana and 6 mana is not that big of a difference. Like, so if it's 6 mana, so LED Intuition is a win with 6 or 8 mana. LED Intuition, is that a win? 9 mana. So it'd be like LED Intuition. So LED Intuition would be 9 mana down to 6 with 2 floating. And then it's LED Cabal Ritual for the loop. LED Cabal Ritual for the loop. Which isn't enough because it only makes 2. So I can beat... I think Crypt beats LED Intuition here. 6 or 8 mana. 6 or 8 mana. And then Lotus Petal. So dark, I think I could beat Dark Ritual Intuition with it. So 8 mana Intuition alone would win. Well, no, I mean Intuition for ill-gotten gains wouldn't create the opportunity though, because I would get them on their first ill-gotten gains because I just beat Intuition all the time, right? Wait, so how did they play around this crypt? They just storm off and go LED, whatever. So I should think. So what I'm playing around is Cutting Wish, right? So if 8 mana, 11 mana, Cutting Wish for Hunting Pack. Hunting Pack is 8, right? Hunting Pack is 7. Hunting Pack. Hunting Pack is 7. So they just need 10, which this is like 6. So 6, 9. So this does stop Hunting Pack. This does stop LED Hunting Pack and like Lotus Petal Hunting Pack. But I can't stop in a lot of kinds of intuitions. Like I can't stop a LED +1 intuition. Well, they have exactly 3 cards in hand. LED +1 intuition. I'm taking out a Dark Ritual here, which kind of seems fine. Sucks that Hunting Pack is so good. Okay, let's cut off LED Hunting Pack and just hope that they don't have double whatever intuition, right? I think this deck runs 4 Cutting Wish anyways. It's like more likely they have LED Cutting Pack. Yeah, they have Ritual. Well, they have Ritual Scroll. I guess I should have counted the scroll lines. Was this in a mana after? So this was 9 mana after scrolling, which means it would have been enough for... No, 9 mana after scrolling is one short of Hunting Pack. Well, now I really need the Guy's Blessing. It'd be kind of funny. Okay, so they do have Thresholds. No, they don't have Threshold. So 2 mana floating, 4. They'll have 3 left. They make +1 every time. I think I beat the... because they had 9 mana floating after casting the Merchant Scroll. They need 10 mana floating after casting the Merchant Scroll. So if I... Yeah, okay, so if I didn't, then they would just go do the stuff Merchant Scroll for a Hunting Pack. Because they would have had the 3 extra mana, right? So this did stop the hunting pack line, they just had it all. So they're +1 mana each time. They just need 4 mana after this. They have the 4 mana after this to scroll for Cunning Wish for Brain Freeze with the LED ritual. Now would be a hilarious time. Yeah, now would be a hilarious time to be like, oh, by the way, I have Guy's Blessing. Yeah, this works with Cunning Wish too. So, but yeah, there are 3 cards in hand were Scroll, LED, Dark Ritual, which is wild. All right, pretty sweet. They had a 5-card hand, so good on them. All right. Jumping right into match 2 with the Gruber. Yeah, this is a hand. What I do? Ranger, Rogue Elephant. Turn 3, nothing. They're on a multi-5. I mean, this land grant might. I don't know. Maybe that I'm thinking I'm on elves for a turn is a good thing for me. Okay, well, they're on elves for a turn. I need Rancors. Oh my god, land grant. Not now, land grant. Wait, I can... Oh, I have to cast all the land grants first. Okay, I mean, this is like fine. This Korean Ranger trade is pretty bad, but I'm also... Oh man, they're going to keep their Multanis alive? Wait, I have answers to survival here. I win on beatdown games. I win all of my beatdown games. My sideboard is also like not bad for this matchup. That's pretty good. Guess I need Wastelands, huh? Okay, survival. That's fine. I've seen it before. It means I can't attack with Treetop Village, but that's fine. Oh, I do get a Rancor though. Okay, I take the damage. We pass up, and I'm kind of glad. Well, I'm not glad. I should have land granted like 2 turns ago, but it's okay. I'm gonna let them resolve this survival activation. Hopefully they get squee because they're not paying close enough attention to how life should be. But yeah, this Naturalize was obviously a good card to have in my hand. Well, they get anger, and they can't do anything with that anger. So they had the natural squee, though. That was kind of rude. Oh, I also didn't ambush the Multani's Acolyte, which was dumb last turn. Okay, they have a Find. They got a bunch of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can make a Hermit. Granger. Okay, this anger is getting hard cast. Can't do anything else but attack here. Oh, they can eat the Korean Ranger. It's fine, though. They recognize killing is good. I think eating the Korean Ranger is actually good, huh? Yeah, now they see it. Well, it's fine. I mean, they should kill with Multani's Acolyte, obviously. This would have been a cool time to have Invigorate. Luckily, I can cast this land grant. Okay, so we did not use land grant correctly, but it's okay. We can Rancor, and they have to put a bunch of toughness into play here. They do have that anger in hand, which is annoying because they can actually just play it, and there's nothing I can really do about it. Are they gonna? Oh, they're gonna play Multani's Acolyte. That's interesting. That's pretty good. Maybe I shouldn't have sent the guy. Okay, we'll have a brief intermission here to play a River Boa. And Rancor it. So they can turn things around with like a Deranged Hermit maybe. Their life total is so low and all my guys have trample, so it's not like the worst position ever. I think maybe I want a Quirion Ranger in play though. Oh, they do have survival. That's kind of rude. Pitch anger, pitch squee. Yeah, I don't know. Technically, I'm still in okay shape. They have to block next turn. And this River Boa represents a Like, definitely. They also just have a squee in their hand. So they're, oh no, of course this taps for 3 and 4 immediately. Right, so they pitch the squee. Now they can get a symbiote, and then symbiote's really good. Actually just lose the game from here, because the symbiote means that they can untap the priest and make enough mana to so get symbiote, play symbiote, 2 mana floating, untap the priest with Llanowar elves, or untap the priest with Granger, or yeah, use Ranger if you have another creature in your hand, so that you can just put a Deranged Hermit into play. Like, Deranged Hermit is like freaking crazy from this spot. I assume they have another creature, or they just have a Cabal in their hand. Actually, don't know. They do have a Cabal in their hand. Is that better? What does that do? They have no more untaps. They just pass. Okay, let's draw Giant Growth, I guess. I wish I could make a land an island or something, or give this guy flying. They can give the squad +3/+3 and trample though. Okay, so that doesn't help. Alright, so I'm just dead. That sucked. Crop rotation went crazy there. Alright, what's our game plan here? I guess we're the control beatdown, right? We're just gonna remove survival of the fittest and then trample our shit over. Yeah, I mean, I can't beat survival of the fittest, but I guess technically, well, no, I still have to, you know, whatever. Okay. I really dislike Rogue Elephant here. Because I need all my mana. Okay. And then that's how we do it. All right. Hopefully all right, we have answers to survival, and we also have a Master Core, so that's good. We can just lose to Priest of Titania. Start off with the Lanny War Elf for good luck. Lanny goes to War Elf. They start off with a Findy. Or they start off with a Lanny War, but with the evil art. We start off with a Findy, and we pass because we need 4 mana to do evil stuff. We drew the Serrated Arrows, which is awesome. They go for the mountain. Okay, well, unfortunately for me, I have to kill this priest immediately, force them to replay it. I'll just keep forcing them to replay it because I can't let them untap with all my elves pumping their priest. Although I will do it the smart way, which is on upkeep. Oh, no, god damn it, my every time. Okay, an additional symbiote makes things definitely pretty interesting. All right, I mean, what am I supposed to do? They have 1,000 mana now. Okay, now they have survival. They don't have 2 untaps of the priest. I don't know. I should probably just concede, but guess we'll see what happens. So if we go after the priest now, they can bounce it. They can bounce it and they can untap it. I guess I should have gone after the priest with the first symbiote in response to the first symbiote and make him bounce it. Okay. Survival, 2 potential untaps. So now I have to respond to like the second elf, the next elf that gets cast. They're just gonna have haste. I think I just lose. Yeah, on upkeep I was supposed to hit the priest and then they wouldn't have a priest. I upkeep stop. I got distracted. I'm getting some text messages. Anyways, I'm cooked. If they play a Quirion Ranger or anything, pitch anger. Anger can just get another priest. Jeez, I drew the Serrated Arrows and I played it on turn 3 and it just like didn't matter. Well, it did matter. It did matter because I punted. But they could have just, with 3 mana, they could have just played Symbiote plus another priest. Oh, I mean, I guess I should have killed the symbiote, right? Because that did nothing for me. Okay, whatever. Let's get out of there. It's over. That wasn't good. Priest of Titania is like pretty good, even though I had the answer for it, but whatever. The next game I would have been on the draw against Priest of Titania with no way to remove it, so is what it is. I drew both my anti-elf sideboard cards too. Okay, well, Mono Green Zombie doesn't seem that good against Iggy Pop or elves. Ain't that something? Okie dokie, let's see if we can do anything with this deck. We got the cards we like in our hand. Don't mind that. We're on the draw. Mind that. Still, that serrated arrows kind of stings. I'm like trying to get over the pain. Our elves is just going to get turn 1 plowed, which kind of cuts off our Quirion Ranger. Wait, this deck is so bad. What are we doing here? Just have another Quirion Ranger. It's probably better than Rancoring it into open mana. But like now I sure I have permanence, but like we're just gonna get replenished. Oh my god, if they just make natural habit, I'm gonna be so upset. Man, Sabo's Web even has text against me? That feels bad. Alright, P-Wave. Exile. Okay, let's land grant into nothing, huh? Oh my god. What a scam. My friends who played this deck must have been running hotter than the sun, or just like not playing against playable decks. Which I think is what happened. I think they were not playing against good decks. I'm like never beating Replenished in a million years. Alright. I'm familiar with this combo. I would scoop, but now I'm like drawing towards 2 naturalizes, so I have to hang in there. I could have played the Tangle Wire there to fog, which is crazy, but it would have worked. Okay, now we lose. Okay, I hate this. Anyways, we're just gonna bring in our whole sideboard here. Don't really love Invigorate. Don't really think Curse Scroll is doing enough damage here, and Call the Herd is pretty bad against Parallax Wave. But just even if I've naturalized, I can't trade with it. And yeah, just Giant Growth for Bolt value doesn't feel like it matters. So we're just gonna try our best. Yep. Maybe we can naturalize our way out of this problem. Okay. This is an aggressive hand. This hand gets in there. Just wonder if they have a fast hand. Or if like they'll just have ways to deal with creatures. Oh, they're on the mold of 5 though. We'll take it. Alright. Findy go. Plowshares. Okay. I've got a Rogue Elephant. And I'm going to start furnacing. So anyways, I start furnacing. I think that's better than the 1 damage. Gonna attack with my Rogue Elephant. Rogue Elephant eats Plowshares. Alright. I mean, I've got more. They are on the mull here. It looks like they don't have a lot of blue sources. Okay, they have a Seal of Cleansing against my deck that just has Tangle Wire. Boo. Rancor this Quirion Ranger and Giant Growth this Llanowar Elf. And then I'm going to get in. And just in case I need to pay for a miscalculation, I've got the untap. Please, God, don't let me just get owned. Like, they can just have their cards here. Okay, thank God it's just an attunement that they had to cast with an Ancient Tomb. I like that. I like that for starters. Man, double Plowshares seemed super unfair there. Plowshares your Rogue Elephant. Why do we play Rogue Elephant? If it gets Plowshares, you just are super sad. Oh my god, the Seal of Cleansing though. That's really sending me. Alright. I just have to fade one turn of like attunement into replenish my opal wave. Tell me they missed. They've only seen 24 cards. Wait, 14 cards out of their deck. All right, they pitched an attunement chump block. Oh, they pitched the go for it all. But yeah, I mean, if they find whatever, they'll get a block or 2 or 4. I guess I hold back the elf. No, I don't hold back the Llanowar elves. They just have like a random anything. Could add a random opalescence or something. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Okay, so if they replenish, they have 2 blockers for my attackers. It's just a wave, a naked wave. Hopefully they don't have like a random stifle in their deck. Do we play a Riverboa? Sure. I mean, at least they literally cannot cast an opalescence this turn, which is good. They can't cast a replenish either. But yeah, it doesn't matter if they have stifle either way. Thank God that they don't have stifle. I guess that's why they kept the Seal of Cleansing in, so they can sometimes one-sided Wrath makeshift version. All right, we got there. We were on the play. We got enough offense. We chewed through. They multiply, by the way, but we chewed through some of their offense. I don't know. It's called Herd better than Giant Growth. Doesn't really feel like it is. On the draw. Seems weird because it's a more expensive spell on the draw, but I actually feel like creatures is all that matters, and as long as they don't have Parallax Wave, Call the Herd is fine. And then otherwise, I can just like not have 2 elephants in play, and it's like not the saddest thing in the world. Because I feel like I'm playing 7 naturalizes and 6 crypts, so I'm not really playing a fast one. I'm just playing an eventual one. So Call the Herd is better than that for that purpose. All right, this is game 3. Game 3 in a dream. All right, we have... This isn't a playable hand. It's got 4 lands in it. All right, it's 2 rogue elephants. Thanks. Exactly what I ordered. Oh my god, I hate this deck. Just doesn't do anything. It's preemptive Seal of Cleansing. I can preemptive naturalize that preemptive Seal of Cleansing. If it came down to it. All right. That's our team. I'm putting together a team. One awkward thing is if I get waved next turn, I don't have 2 forests up to kill it. So do I have to keep my mana up? Oh, there's a crypt. Should I just keep 4 mana up? I don't know. Probably. It just like intersects with their like most likely plays, I think. Opalescence. That doesn't matter. You can have an opalescence, right? I just naturalize the Seal of Cleansing. Do I even have to naturalize the Seal of Cleansing? Could just keep attacking for 3. Because if I naturalize the Seal of Cleansing, I don't get my Tranquil Domain value. Seems kind of bad. If their follow-up play happens to be like whatever, something scary. But I would like to just like start doing stuff right now. Maybe, so I can just like let this resolve, and then I'll just cast Tranquil Domain end step, and then hold up naturalize later. Because I'll have the I'll have other stuff going on. But I want to start attacking, and I just can't hold this for the rest of the game. All right, sideboard. Put in oh, that's tasty. Okay. Okay. Oh, then no additional land drop is really good for me. 1, 2, do I attack for 5 or 6? Attacking for 5 is the same. So I'm like playing around Frantic Search, Replenish. Frantic Search, Replenish. Is it worth playing around? I have to draw some kind of more additional aggro. They have plenty of colored mana as well. So I think this is, I'm going to win. I have to win in 3 turns anyways. I did draw some aggro, but it's attack for 6 and attack for 7. So it works anyways. Okay, so now they have to have Frantic Search. P wave, exactly. Okay, so they do have it. Oh, Intuition. That's fine. So they're just going to get Sword Splashers. So not die. Plowshares the elephant. That makes sense. All right. Let's tap 2. See what we draw. Call the herd. Attacking for more than 3 this turn. Attack for 5. Attack for 5. They can go ancient. They can't go. It turns off Ancient Tomb, which is really excellent. And they've already shown they don't have Frantic Search, so I think we go for the throat here. Oh, yeah. Stompy. Stompy getting in there against Replenish. I thought it would be a horrible matchup. It definitely is. It didn't feel like a good matchup, but yeah. Wow. They said they messed up game 2. I wonder what happened game 2. I already forgot. They like sequence their cards. Content creator battle time. F. Polish back in the pre-modern streets. YouTube.com/Chef Polish probably. Pavlush. I'll still say Polish. These hands are just killing me, dog. I maybe this isn't even a keep if the land grant is a forest, but it's especially not a keep now. Okay. I guess we're putting a Rancor on a Riverboa one way or another. I got interesting. That Wasteland is interesting. That a Darkar Waste is interesting. Feels like this just has to be like some T-Ged situation, which makes this Street Top Village quite bad, but also shrug. So I'm going to do this first turn because what can happen is on the 3rd turn, I can play Korean Ranger for free if I don't draw an additional land. Okay, this is the Spec Oath. So we got to go fast. Interesting. So what is the fastest I can do? Go Q Ranger Riverboa. I think I have to like let this Riverboa die. I also have to hope that they don't have Plowshares. There's a lot of things I have to hope here. We're going to get in for 5. Yeah, that Plowshares was kind of predictable, but I had no real plays against it. It's a 5/5. Can live with that. Laker Scroll. No attack from me, dog. Soak up 1 damage here. They didn't fetch the island, so I can't try to Riverboa through my problems. God, my deck is so bad against. It's like this deck is such a scam. I'm so mad at Michael J. Land and BK. Okay, Mana Leak my Rancor. Let's get in. I win the race, except for I take 9 next turn, so I don't exactly win the race. Wait, maybe I should have considered like just attacked. No. They had you had the Terravor untapped, so I could have attacked with the Rancor and then got the Giant Growth in, and then just traded everything so I could put the board at nothing. But the damage here is pretty good. Cataclysm. It's pretty good. Choices are pretty easy here. I have a little bit of everything. 9/9. That is exactly enough. Okay, so... Oh, and then just blocking? Okay. No updates from me here. No updates from me, team. Check your email. I'll let you know when something happens. Kind of enjoying this part of the game. Block with my Riverboa to soak up 1 damage. Another Terravor. That is a 9/9. Okay. Think that is it for me. Yeah, it is. Cool. Cool deck. Good job, Fran. doing its thing. I don't normally recommend that you do this against Terravor, but I have no option. Right, so Giant Growth to trade with 3/3s is the ultimate question, or rather Invigorate to trade with 3/3s. Okay, so there's a few things here. He's a Cataclysm deck, which means that I have to like play around Cataclysm. I think I just board out the pump spells. I'm just like not trying to, like, if we're in a Call the Herd Treetop Village game, having a removal spell for Call the Herd Treetop Village doesn't matter, right? And having burn spells doesn't matter. I guess my Rogue Elephants like are super bad against Terravor because I don't want to put my own lands into the graveyard. My Treetop Villages are horrible because they turn on Wasteland. Everything's kind of bad. But it's like I'm not going to play a beatdown game. I'm just going to play like a disenchant stuff and put creatures into play and just like have more creatures than things, and like I think that's my plan. Because what are the odds that Tanglewire really trips him up? Like, do I have good Tanglewire starts? And can he just like kind of power through by having enough permanence? It kind of just feels like if I'm adding all this stuff to my deck and being like less aggressive, then Tanglewire becomes less good. Okay. Just gotta believe, I think. Also, Mana Leak is so annoying for Oath. God. Land Grant is so bad. You just show your opponent that you have like ambush spells, right? Seems bad. Q Ranger, Rogue Elephant, Tormod's Crypt. I don't know. Guess it's a keep. Is Q Ranger? Sure. Rogue Elephant. Sacrifice a Forest. Rancor the Rogue Elephant. Nice. Rancor the Rogue Elephant. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. What you doing over there, Fran? Swords to Plowshares, nothing? Oh, what's this Wasteland gonna do? No green sources? Oh my god. Oh my god. Get in for 9. Hey. I got something for you. Yes. Yes. It's happening. Paulush is being attacked by Rogue Elephant. Yes, he is, dog. Yes, he freaking is. Okay. We are so back. What's my conclusion? Rogue Elephant kept its spot. If he like just had Oath the Druids, I would have been so cooked. I didn't find my second forest. I did find the naturalized though. You love to see it. Oh my god. They can't just keep on giving me these no naturalized hands. Am I supposed to mulligan this? Oh, mulligan against the 7 keep. Just because my hand doesn't beat an Oath. Can I go slower? Can I just like go pass, 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 then go play all 4 of these creatures for 5 mana at some point, and then just like draw into the thing? The problem is that could give him Oath plus counterspell backup. Man, I really wish there was a way for me to like beat Terravor better. Okay, let's mulligan. This is like a 6-card hand anyways, right? Right, we're keeping this one. Pitch in the Invigorate, right? Forest, Elf, Mox, Trevas, Plains, Pass. Dude, I'm gonna do so much hard casting Land Grant in this game. Like, it already tells him that I'm like up to no good. Okay, I can't believe my forest just got mana leaked. I'm gonna try to recover from that for a second. I'm a snake. I'm a snake. Treetop Village in. You want to race me? You think that you can race me? I guess my first hand would have been nuts. It would have just had a bunch of aggro into nothing, right? I have to play around Cataclysm a little bit. I don't know about this racing, but I mean, I guess technically he's ahead. I sort of need a Q Ranger. So if he Cataclysms, I'm going to keep Elf, Forest, Furnace. The thing is, if he Cataclysm, then I get to just naturalize his Mox Diamond, which seems pretty good. If this forces the Cataclysm, is it so bad? I can just keep Boa, Forest. Yeah, I mean, if he spends his turn Cataclysming, then it's fine. Because I'll just keep Forest, whatever. I'll just play Findhorn Elves next turn. Yeah, that's fine. Nothing to do here. I'll just put the Forest down first. And then play Findy makes the most sense. 1/1 Terravor. 2/2 Terravor. 0/0 Terravor. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, guys. We might be cooking. Call the herd token. That's a problem. That's a problem. No longer a problem. Let's go ahead and draw a card to see what happens. Okay. We're going to Rancor this River Boa, and we're going to attack with it. No blocks. And we're just going to play an Elf. Yeah, with them at 7 life, playing Elf is good, I think. River Boa is getting in. Rare Revelation with flashback available. Okay. Well, this Tormod's Crypt is going to be funny. This is going to be a funny Tormod's Crypt. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mana leak it. Doesn't matter. I think the Stompies are stomping. Oh, I should have played the Forest, though, to make the Mana leak go through, but it doesn't matter. All right. Good job, team. Stompy? Stompy is real? Question mark. Victory! Wait, we can beat Oath Decks? We can beat Oath Decks? That's news to me, brother. Should I have attacked with Tree Chop the previous turn? Maybe. I don't know. Land Grant is so bad. Like I had to cast a land. I always have to cast Land Grants. I can never do the reveal. Oh, and they can Mana Leak my Forest. Don't like the sound of that. We are so back. We won 2 matches, and now all of a sudden Stompy feels like it's playable again. The problem is we haven't gotten any like easy matchups. Having to fight against hard matchups all the time is like a real bummer. Like, what am I doing here? I'm just playing Rogue Elephant on turn 1. I think I have to keep this, but I can't play Rogue Elephant on turn 1. Because I need to get this River Boa on the battlefield. Oh my god, is this Elves? Oh my god, it's Enchantress. Okay. So we can do this because Tanglewire is good against Enchantress, but we needed the turn 1 Elf to make that happen. Oh, it's spicier than that. Oh, it's blue-green Enchantress. Okay, so we might just be dead on turn 3. Who knows? And I also don't have cards that interact with the blue-green version of the deck. So if they have an Exploration here, I'm kind of in trouble. But right now I am going to be able to tap down everything if I draw it. But the question is if I even kill them fast enough with like 1 turn of tapping down everything. Well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, it's like pretty bad because I don't even have like, I tapped down myself. Oh, well, we didn't get it, so sheesh. Okay, so can we do anything? Guess we play another River Boa and then hope they just don't kill me next turn. Oh no, they can just tap the Argothians to the thing. So it just kind of doesn't matter. I wish we had more burn. At least we have Tranquil Domain in our sideboard. Okay. I don't need to see the rest of it. This deck wins very slowly, but I can't win. So we're going to max on this. We still kind of have to play Tangle Wire. This is too slow. Call the Herd is quite slow. But Invigorate is dumb. It's just 1 damage. I mean, sometimes it's 4 damage, I guess, but I think everything else is better. Maybe Call the Herd is slower than Invigorate. I gotta rather do, if I'm gonna pay 3 mana, I'd rather do 4 damage. I don't really know if I need to fight against Replenish. Seems like if I am doing the Tranquil Domain plan, I need to like try to kill them pretty shortly after I land Tranquil Domain. Once again, hating Treetop Village here. It's never attacking. Maybe I'll play Crypts over Tangle Wire on the draw, because on the draw they're more likely to have Replenish, but on the play I need to like get aggro down and then get busy attacking. All right, this one is too thin, right? Because it goes Ranger, Boa, but doesn't cast Tangle Wire on 3. Need 1 more mana source. God, I mulligan so much with this deck. All right, this is acceptable at least. I've got the things I need. Play no more elf, go. This doesn't destroy the enchant lands, which is actually like key to their strategy. Is this even good? Who knows? Right, we attack with elf. We play Q Ranger. They get a forest. I mean, they didn't have the enchant land to start, so that's kind of good for us. Argothian, that's definitely their best draw, but we might be fast enough, hopefully. Hopefully we have some action. Call the Herd. Cast Call the Herd. Untap my elf. Do I need to disenchant or do I need to attack for 1? I think I need to disenchant. Okay, they have Wild Growth. Into Sealer removal. Yeah, that's annoying. That's pretty good against Call the Herd tokens. Into Serra Sanctum. So I guess I should have hit the Wild Growth. Still want to. It's Elephant Grass, but Elephant Grass is a more important target here. I guess I could Tranquil Domain, untap, and naturalize the Wild Growth. Or I can naturalize the Wild, or I can do it in the other order. The Seal of Removal really screws everything up for me, but I guess I'm going to sandbag the Tranquil Domain, but I need to get my attacks in, so we'll do this. It's like really just like a question of scaling, right? So I need to put another elephant token into play because I'm not going to like activate Treetop Village for the next game, for the rest of the game. The real question is if I can afford to take a turn off. Because the problem is they're just going to wait to the last minute to seal a removal. That is the problem. It's fine. I guess it is what it is. Kind of locked myself into this line here, but I just need to scale my damage and do what I gotta do. Okay, they activate it right away, so they did lose the mana, which is good for us. So I can choose to have Findy, but I think I do want Findy. I really need the mana. So I'll just have no Tranquil Domain for a turn. Really need the Tranquility. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe naturalizing the Wild Growth is actually like the most important thing. We'll see how fast they can go. I think they kind of need like more enchantments that do things. Because they're not like, they have plenty of mana, but they actually don't have infinite cards. Oh, Engineered Plague is pretty good. Am I just getting replenished? Okay. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I guess one of my sideboard cards needs to be... I guess that's how you get replenished. They get a Frantic Search into replenish. Okay, they're just sealing proactively. I have no offense left. Maybe I should have got in with Treetop Village last turn. Tranquil Domain doesn't do anything right now. They're going to pay for Elephant Grass because they have an abundance of mana. It's also net 0 when they have the Sanctum in play. Maybe I should have been more patient with my Naturalize. Eventually they're going to just start drawing lands, right? Like now. Oh my god. I mean, just ridiculous. I mean, not too ridiculous, but obviously I want a creature. But like most of my creatures are elves now, so I need a river boa. And any enchantment is gonna set them off again. So, oh yeah, and they can just seal removal in response to Rancor, so that's pretty good. I guess it's okay. I mean, I'm like, I don't know, hard to say. Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel like the outlook is good. Combo decks, huh? There's the Words of Wind. Words of Wind has been activated. Presence. Oh my god. Okay, I forgot to float. But it doesn't matter. The Trinkle Domain wouldn't have saved me. All right, final match. 2-3. Not a great showing for Mono Green Stompy, but it's okay. Playable hand. All elves and 2 lands. But this just like vomits out its hand. Oh my god, we're playing against elves, which obviously is not good for us. Cast both our land grants. Play a Llanowar Elf. And then we can play 3 elves. And then hopefully our Curse Scroll is enough. I mean, as long as they don't have Priest this turn. They get it for 1. No trade here for me. No updates for me. Carry on. No priest, no priest, no priest. Because we have survival covered. Oh my god, it's a mirror match. Oh my god, it's a mirror match and I have Curse Scroll. Oh my god. We're doing it. Unfortunately, me not having Bounty of the Hunt is a problem. Because I can't do any multi-blocks. Oh man, being on the draw sucks. We'll trade 1 Fyndhorn Elves for 1 Bounty of the Hunt, but we can never do multiple blocks, unfortunately. It's a shame. Just not going to trade my Q Ranger for theirs, I think. Because mine is much stronger because I have Call the Herd. They're like, no way. Rancor, that'll do it. Block like this. Trade it down. Try to let my Q Ranger advantage get me there. This is fine. I'll just tap Curse Scroll, Q Ranger, Forest, Treetop. Play the Forest. I can't do anything with 3 mana, so I'll attack like this. And pass the turn. They have to tap and grant. Revealing land grant. Q Ranger Forest Rancor. Land grant again. Plays Q Ranger. Rancor's the Q Ranger. No updates from me. Lots of options this turn. I mean, I think in light of how things are going, I kind of just want to kill this Q Ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's just tap 3. 1, 2, 3. Man, they've seen the Naturalize. Yeah, it's been there since day 1. Just attack with my elephant. See if they want to trade Q Ranger for Naturalize. All my secrets have been revealed. They don't know about Invigorate. Do it like this. Naturalize the Rancor. Gets the Q Ranger. Obviously, they keep the Rancor. Survive. Get my free this thing. And then now my creatures have like all sorts of vigilance. All right, I drew the Called Herd and they drew the forests. So, and the Tangle Wire. So that's why we won this mirror, in case anybody's curious. Their hand is a Rancor plus an unknown. And we'll see if AAUE picks up better matchups than I did, right? Okay, they do have a Naturalize. That's fine. I'm too far ahead, I think. Call the Herd is pretty spicy. Let's just get in with our elephant token. I think we're just going to trade off with this treetop village here because... well, I guess Invigorate is free to cast, but I kind of want to like Invigorate to go even bigger than their Rancor, which is like definitely seems good. But I kind of had some extra mana here that I'm not using, so that's not ideal. Yeah, I should have done something different, but it doesn't matter. Chunkier draw. Yeah, they have another 3/3, which makes sense. Their 3/3s are just gonna crash into my 3/3s. 2, 3 for a Call the Herd. Untap my Llanowar Elf for an animated Treetop Village. Get in a big attack and go ahead and get my Invigorate value, I think. And also play a Rogue Elephant. Call the Herd front side with the Rancor. Exciting stuff from them. I'll tap 0 permanents. I'll animate a Treetop Village. And I'll get in. And that is legal. Xaxes on turn 8. Riveting game. Do we have Furnace for Rancor? I don't think so. All right. Oh, Tangle Wire is here. No Naturalizes here. Serrated Arrows. Hilarious. Mastercore. Hilarious. Curse Scroll. Kind of reasonable. Like, not crazy. And then, yeah, we'll just sometimes get a Rancor, I guess. Like, I'm not going to play these other cards. Tap them to Tangle Wire. Not that they're going to play Tangle Wire, but I don't know. Not going to naturalize anything. Do you want to be on the draw in this matchup? We'll find out. I think being on the play is too good, right? Because you have Mana Elves. A while before I cast this land grant. Good news is I do have a turn 2 Elephant with Invigorate backup. They have a turn 2 Elephant. So do they Elephant again is the question. Block. I need a little tempo, so I'm going to cast this. Speeds the giant growth as well, so that's kind of cool. They go for the flashback. I'll attack with my Elephant. They block. I have another Elephant. And I have a land grant. Oh, I guess Furnace gets Call the Herd. So Furnace is not bad. They have a Ranger. Free Ranger. They have a Riverboa. Riverboa with Rancor is pretty spicy. Okay, so now being able to defeat Rancor is pretty relevant here. Well, this is the last time this Elephant token can profitably attack, so why don't we do that? It was the last time this Treetop Village could profitably attack, so I should have considered that as well. Pretty hilarious that Graveyard Hate is going to be like a thing that I need. And I should have played the Finhorn because of Curse Scroll. Okay, triple Riverboa. Now Riverboas can play offense and defense. Guess this is the deal. Luckily, I don't have any islands. And this is hysterical. I really need Serrated Arrows to show up here. Oh my god. It's actually hilarious, too, that I have the Serrated Arrows in my deck to even make this possible. I think I benefit from playing lands, even though I try to have enough material for Mastercore to come into play. Well, I have elephants. I have an abundance of them. My board is substantially wider, but their regeneration is going to be pretty good. So yeah, it's going to be a Mastercore one-time dealer situation. They've been sandbagging cards, I just realized. So they have some pump spells probably. I did say earlier that I would never hardcast Bounty the Hunt, and we're in a game where that could happen. Do you think they have a random naturalize? I mean, I have my Mirror Breaker, so I do plan on using them, but yeah, Curse Scroll is good. But they do have to empty their hand for that. Yeah, I mean, I guess they would have naturalized for my Curse Scroll, huh? There it is. Question is if I hold it. Try to draw one of my 3 Curse Scrolls, bait out their naturalize, and then whatever. I think I'm going to wait exactly one turn because they could name naturalize with their curse scroll, and then at least that would tell me some good information. Okay, they didn't even go for the rando activate. That's interesting. Second curse scroll, okay. That's pretty hot from them. I'll go to damage if you go to damage. Interesting. Interesting cycle there. Okay, there's the Master Core. So, good. Excellent. So now what do I have to play around? I mean, there's just no way they can kill this thing, right? So is 7, 8, 9, 10 mana enough to operate Master Core? I guess so. I think it will do the job. Okay, I'm going to go block, block, block. And then just double each. I mean, I also don't have to. It's not like they can deal 20 damage, right? I kind of want to tax their mana, right? So if I tax their mana, all I need to do, like, I just need to make it one turn, right? So, because like maybe they're holding like double naturalize or whatever, and I have like plenty of defense for the long term, and the elephants comprise my whole offense. So let's just protect the Master Core. We played a game a while back where we didn't protect the Master Core. Let's protect the Master Core, but we can like triple block a River Boa or whatever. I kind of don't want them to be able to trade pump spells for my entire battlefield. So like, what's good? And I mean, the problem is an Invigorate just trades it straight up. All right, let's just trade elephant tokens for pump spells. I'm like pretty okay with that. Like, just soon they will have no battlefield, right? So I just wall up, Master Core does its job, and we just chill. Pitch the Finhorn Elf. I think I should have played a forest last turn, because if I play an additional forest, that gives me another ping. So I should plan on doing that. Also, it would have given me the free River Boa regeneration. So yeah, that was kind of a mistake, but it's okay. We're just going to grind it out. I mean, like, we just maintain our Master Core advantage and try to fear nothing. Block, block. They also just don't know about serrated arrows, so Bounty the Hunt, hardcast. This is great. I don't have to leave up. Well, I can leave up 2 regeneration shields and easily like super bounty them. So wait, what are they doing? 2 and 1? So I think it's possible they don't know that how the rules work. I guess they can be playing Crumble, so I'll play around Crumble. Also, don't I just have like a brutal counterattack here? Oh wow, I have more than that. Okay, Master Core doing its thing. We are happy about that. We have removed all the River Boas, even though we had quite a few lines for River Boa removal. But, you know, that's the deal. Did I even need to do all that? Maybe not. I also should have like left back some blockers or whatever. I think I have enough blockers left back anyways, though. They can't like free spell their way through this with 4 cards. They're like, Master Core's the Mirror Breaker. I have a serrated arrows in my hand. I had the answer. I played the slowest possible game. Maybe I should have just played the serrated arrows just to trade with 1 River Boa, but I don't know. You gotta like confirm your wins, right? Get your confirmed kills. But it's like the mirror is like so like stalemated that there's nothing he can do to surprise me. So I think that I should like pressing my advantage and just like closing all the outs was better than kind of splashing around. But I think what I should have done was deployed the serrated arrows the turn before the Master Core, traded with like a River Boa, eaten the first naturalize, and then the second Master Core I don't have to fear naturalize as much, because it's just like they're like less likely to have 2 more naturalizes from there, so then I can just chill. If your expectation for this deck was very low, then I probably outperformed those expectations. Unfortunately, my expectation was very high because my friends were doing good with it, and so I underperformed expectations. Did I get a murderer's row of matchups? Blue-green enchantress, replenish, ill-gotten gains combo, elves. Yes. Oath of Druids. Yes. Those were all bad. And then I played one mirror, which like isn't even data. Would I have been happier if I was playing like against Burn and Goblins and Dreadnought and like, I don't know, just like a bunch of other stuff? Like, I don't know. I cut the crumble from this deck, so I'm kind of worse against Dreadnought in that regard. This deck is a joke against combo. I played as much anti-combo stuff as I could, and it didn't matter. I failed to Tangle Wire combo, like Tangle Wire slow them down enough to win. Tangle Wire overall, I don't know. Doesn't really feel like it's doing it. Nothing feels like it's doing it. I am super happy about the matches that I won. They were all close and exciting, but that's just not what like if you've been watching my channel for the past few leaks, right? I've been like on a super heater, and I either win by a lot or win by a hair. I don't just get crushed and then win 3 matches by a hair, right? So ideally, play a deck that its range is like it crushes everyone or it plays a bunch of close games, so that the next time you get busted out of your tournament, you're like, oh, I went X2, but my 2 losses were really close, so I don't feel bad. That's the ideal. Not this like, oh, I lost to ill-gotten gains. They were able to beat my one Tormod's Crypt, my one Tangle Wire, like the one thing that I drew. That's a problem. Every combo deck can kind of be 2 pieces of hate. This deck doesn't have a fast enough clock that 1 piece of hate puts them in too much discomfort. It mulligans horrendously. Land grant is a scam. Everything's a scam. Play elves instead. Play black beatdown instead. I don't know. Don't play this deck. But, you know, I'll take all the criticism. Like, sure, maybe land and BK got something figured out that I don't, but I don't think it's Bounty of the Hunt. I mean, come on. And I don't think it's Land Grant. And I don't think it's Vine Dryad. It's got to be something else. It's probably not Skyshot Elite still. I mean, everything's just bad. That random Engineered Plague from the Enchantress deck was crazy, though. I mean, it's not that random, I guess. It's kind of free. It's an enchantment. They make a lot of colors. Yeah, I don't know. I paired against combo times 4, like 4 different combo decks, if you count elves as a combo deck. I mean, elves is just an unwinnable matchup, so that's not cool. But yeah, I don't know. Fun deck. Hate it. Would not recommend. This one gets a 2.5 out of 10. Love Lanny. Thanks for supporting the channel. Be sure to check out the coffee page in the description, ko-fi. It lets you get into the Discord and do stuff. And also there's going to be some merch that's happening that's like really fun that I plan on sending out to all supporters and stuff. So get in on that. Love Lanny. Hate. This is not Lanny War elves. These are the opposite. These elves hate me.